to all of our wonderful presenters who gave all their wisdom and shared their wisdom with us, to our magnificent maestro, and to the ever wonderful, my old friend, the ever wonderful, ever magnificent Mark Reardon. What a great time it's been. I'm amazed when I think back. This summer will be 35 years since I got introduced to this amazing organization. Bobby and Eric Jensen, her partner at the time, came. They were looking for a speed reading program, and they came to me and they said, are you willing to teach our speed reading program? I said, no, I'll teach my speed reading program. So they took a chance, and they brought me into the super camp, and I'm doing this speed reading program. I'm like the first half of the program, I'm just doing sort of culture and atmosphere. I didn't talk about speed reading at all. And Bobby and the staff are outside the door going, when are you going to talk about speed reading? But I finally got to it, and it worked well enough that here we are 35 years later, and they're still using it in our super camp program. So it's pretty awesome. Fast forward, and one day Bobby comes up to me and says, would you like to be on our board of directors for LFI, for the Learning Forum International, the nonprofit wing? And I said, oh, what an honor. Thank you. I'd love to. And we started talking about the vision, the future. What can this be? You know, Bobby loves the term critical mass, you know, like getting enough people involved in this so it like explodes, so it goes worldwide. We're thinking like 50 million super camp graduates and accelerated learning graduates of the classrooms, and we're thinking like maybe 500,000 teachers, where we're not just Kansas anymore, you know, we're everywhere, all over. What would that be like? And I spent a lot of time thinking about what it would be like to create an entire generation of well-educated children. What would that be like? Could you imagine people living the 8 keys? Could you imagine what it'd be like if everyone treated everyone else with dignity and respect, with honesty, with kindness? Boy, you know, that starts with this room. It starts with us holding that vision, having that vision, visualizing that vision, living that vision, and spreading it out everywhere we go. So we're going to do a little exercise here. One of my favorite things in the world is to use the alpha brainwave state to expand and empower people to be the best they can be. So we're going to do a little exercise. I'm going to guide you into this wonderful alpha brainwave state, and we're going to imagine a world where we have 50 million people who are living the 8 keys, who are living the accelerated learning techniques, who are treating each other with wonderful joy and kindness. And then what happens, of course, is once we do that, once we reach critical mass, it explodes. And then one day, not long after that happens, we're going to find that quantum learning is like smartphones. Everybody has one. And if they don't, they got to go get one. We're going to find a world where our educational system is quantum learning. There's like no other option. This is just the way it is. This is the world that we see. We're seeing it happening all over the world. We're seeing it happening in Singapore and in the Dominican Republic, and we're seeing it happening all over the planet. It's amazing. When I think back 35 years ago, how like we were just this little group of people, and now it's international, it's everywhere. But we've just begun. So let's take a deep breath. And I don't say that because I don't know what to say next. I say that because it's a great thing to do. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. And in your mind, create a feeling of being safe and secure, surrounded by love and wisdom of these magnificent people in this room. Imagine yourself in this safe and peaceful place. And let your mind unwind. So much has happened. It's been drinking through a fire hose. Now it's time to just let it all sink in. Remembering some of the wonderful highlights of the information we've experienced, the wonderful experiences of meeting these new people and reconnecting with old friends. What a wonderful, joyous time it's been. And in this relaxed and focused state, I want you to imagine that in the near future, this quantum learning thing really, really takes off. And we see school systems in every state of the union. We see school systems in every country of the world adopting quantum learning as their go-to piece, as the core of what they do, as the nature of how education is now presented. Imagine every school you know, quantum learning instructors teaching excited and interested children. All the academics, all the social emotional learning, all the 8 keys of excellence. Imagine what it would be like if they all lived in integrity and their actions matched their words. Imagine what it would be like if they could actually understand that failure does lead to success, and they could have amazing experience of being brave, courageous enough to make mistakes and learn from them. Imagine a world where people understand that they speak with good purpose and they speak with honesty, and most important of all, they speak with kindness. Our leaders are not exhibiting that for us today. We need to see a world where everyone treats each other with great respect and kindness. Imagine a world where people know that this is it. That yes, they can have visions and dreams for the future, but they must accept reality as it is now. Suffering comes from wanting the is to be other than the is. This is it. This is where I am. This is real. Imagine a world where people make commitments and keep their commitments, and you can trust that they'll do just that. Imagine a world where everyone accepts the ownership and takes responsibility for their actions and is flexible and can accept that other people's opinions have value and can live a life where they are the best they can be and becoming every day in every way better and better. Imagine that. And quantum learning can create that. Quantum learning can create a world where every one of us feels safe to be the best we can be. If you hold that vision will leave this room and it'll travel all over Oceanside, all the way up and down the California coast, all the way across the nation and around the world. We can be the catalyst for great change. Every single one of us in this room can be the catalyst for great change. The children of our planet deserve it, and we can be the ones that ignited the fuse to create an entire generation of well-educated children. Dream it, believe in it, and we will begin this very moment in achieving it. Take a deep breath and bring yourself back to the room. I have this vision. I've had it all my life of an entire generation of well-educated children. I just can't think of anything that will change the world in a more beautiful and brilliant way than that. I didn't know how to do it until I came across Supercamp and the 8 keys of excellence. And now I have a framework. Now I can say, I don't just have a airy-fairy dream of changing the world in a positive way. I know how to do it. And it has been such a great pleasure to be in a room full of wise and loving people who also know how to do it too. Thank you very much.